Before the board exam, we will revise the soil resource chapter within 15 minutes. So for that, you need to subscribe KSK Geography. Let's go for the quick recap of the chapter Natural Vegetation. So before starting the chapter, you need to focus on the scope of content. What are the things you need to study? These are the things is already mentioned in your textbook and you are much more clear about that. But I will go much more in detail. What are the things you need to study? Why do you need to focus? How you have to study this chapter so you can score well in your board exam. So first things you need to know from this chapter, the maximum importance given in this chapter, that is the types of soil. You need to study 4 types of soil, that is the alluvial soil, black soil, red soil and laterite soil. You need to know their deposition, their composition, their distribution, characteristics of soil such as color, texture, mineral and crop associate, that things you need to study. Then you need to focus on soil erosion, that is the causes, prevention methods and the conservation methods. Next you need to know about the meaning of soil and its importance. Related terms, the important keywords from this chapter you need to know, that is the fertility, texture, soil profile, transported soil and residual soils, as well as in situ soil and ex situ soil. Both are the same things, like transported soil is also called ex situ soils and residual soils is called the in situ soil. Humus, loam, moisture, retentive and the porous. The 4 types of soil you need to study as per the tabular form, so you will get all the information together. Next, soil erosion, the meaning, agents and the affected areas you need to study from this chapter. Soil conservation, meaning, methods of conservation for humid and the arid areas you need to study. Next, here the important things. What is soil? The definition of soil you need to study. The definition of soil means soil is a mixture of minerals and dead and living organism, that is organic materials, and air and water. These 4 are the important elements of soil. So 25% water, 25% air, 45% minerals that is coming out from the bedrock and 5% organic materials are there. Organic materials are just 5%, but it played an important role. Remember, without organic materials, the substance it will be considered as a regolith. The organic material, just 5% organic material, it makes the soil combine, it act like a glue and it provides the humus materials to the soil, and that's why this is very important, this 5% materials. Next, soil formation. Remember, soil formation factors, you need to remember the simple equation. As you can see here, I have written soil is equal to FCLORPT. It means F means the factor, Cl means the climate, O means organic materials, R means relief, P means parent rocks and T means time. So those are the important elements are there that affect the soil formation. Remember, climate is affect in the in the forms of weathering. So organic materials is make the soil complete. Next, relief. Relief played an important role. If the slope it will be there more, so the soil formation it will be slow, and if the slope it will be less, even slow, so there you can see the soil formation it will be faster. Parent rocks. Parent rocks determine the characteristics of the soil. The soil color, texture, minerals all depend on the parent rocks. T means time. Time played a very important role. As the time passes, soil profile it will be completed, and in less time soil profile it will be incomplete. So here you need to know what is soil profile. Soil profile basically the vertical intersection of the soil with different layers, that is called soil profile. So here you can see basically 4 layers: topsoil, subsoil, parent rocks and bed rocks. Those are the layers are there. At the topmost layer, that is the topsoil, humus materials it will be there more. As you will go down, the humus materials it will be less. And the bedrock means it's almost like untouched by the weather, but weathering process. So that is the bedrock, or that is the parent rock. Next, you need to know about the types of soil. The 4 types of soil you need to study. Remember, according to ICAR, Indian Council of Agricultural Research, they made different types of soil. But in India, you have different types of soil, But here in your syllabus, ICSE syllabus, you need to know about the 4 types of soil only. What are those? Alluvial soil, black soil, red soil and laterite soil. And those soils you need to make the tabular form, and you have to gather all the information so you can answer those questions easily. So first things, name of the soil. What is the alluvial soil? It also called riverine soil. The formation by the deposition of silts and sediments brought down by the river. Remember, this is the only soil given in your syllabus, that is ICSE soil. It means soil form in different place and deposits in different place. Bedrocks are there in different place, and soil, it will be carried and it will deposit the layers in different place. Crops grown, mainly rice and wheat is grown well. Along with that, we can grow sugarcane and cotton, but in exam you should mention rice and wheat first, right? Next, characteristics. These soils further classified into 2 types. This bhangar means old alluvial and khadar means new alluvial. It is porous and is course in the upper course region, and as it will go to the lower course of the river, it will become much more finer. This soil is rich in potash, lime, but deficient, poor in nitrogen, phosphoric acid and humus, except the Gangetic plain areas where there will be humus materials, it will be there more. And next, you need to know about the areas where it's found or the states where it's found. Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Punjab, Haryana, Jharkhand, Bihar and West Bengal. Here you can see, as I said, alluvial soil further divided into 2 types, that is the bhangar and khadar. It means the soil close to the river bed, it will be called khadar. This is more fertile, and the soil it will form little bit away from the khadar, that is called bhangar. Khadar will get deposits every year due to the floods, but bhangar you will get the sediments due to the flood. When the big floods it will occur, so it will not get the new soil every year, so it will be not replenished by the alluvial every year, that is called bhangar. So obviously khadar it will be more fertile than the bhangar. Next, you need to know about the black soil. Black soil is also called regut soil, and this is good for cotton cultivation. That's why it is called black cotton soil. This formed by the weathering of lava rocks or igneous rocks. Crops grown, first you need to mention the cotton. This is very important crops in the particular region. That is the cotton, sugarcane, jowar, wheat and oilseeds. Characteristics: it is fine in texture, clay in nature, and it is moisture retentive and becomes sticky when wet, and forms crack when it is dry. So as per the season, it changes characteristics. It is rich in lime and magnesium and iron, but poor in phosphorus, nitrogen and organic materials. The area where this type of soil is found, that is Maharashtra, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh and part of Tamil Nadu. This soil is found basically in Deccan Plateau area, right? And next you need to know about the next soil, that is the red soil. Red soil formation process by the weathering of old, hard, crystalline and metamorphic rocks. And this red soil it will be found in such area where the temperature it will be high, but rainfall it will be less. The grown soil crops, that is the wheat, rice, cotton, pulses. Basically, it will be famous for cotton and pulses. But remember, this soil it can be used for agriculture after only the irrigation, because the water retentive power is very less. Characteristics: that is, it is porous, variable and coarse. That's why it cannot hold water. It does not retain moisture, which is rich in iron and potash, and deficient in lime, nitrogen, phosphorus and humus. Responds with manure or fertilizer and does not get waterlogged, and it is red. It is red in color due to the presence of iron oxide. These are the characteristics of red soil. Next area it is found, that is the Tamil Nadu, Goa, Karnataka, Odisha and Meghalaya. Next, here you can see where we can see the red soil, right? So you can see in that map where you can get the red soil. And the last, according to your syllabus, that is the laterite soil. Laterite soil it will be found in such area where temperature it will be high and rainfall it will be high, and it's formed due to the process of leaching. From the topmost part of the soil, the fertile materials it will be removed along with the water. So formation in situ as a result of leaching under typical monsoon condition with high temperature and high rainfall. and alternative wet and dry spells. Crops that grown well, that is the tea, coffee, rubber, cashews, tropicana, millets. Basically the plantation crops grown well, but here you remember, as the fertile materials removed, so that's why it can be cultivated with fertilizer, additional fertilizer. Characteristics: highly acidic in nature, it is porous and coarse and rich in iron, poor in silica, lime, nitrogen and humus. The area where you getting, that is the summits of Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, Orissa and Assam. Next, the soil erosion. Soil, basically soil erosion took place due to the water, due to the air, due to the human activities. Those are the main elements responsible for soil erosion. So here you can see soil erosion. There are different types of soil erosion. Sheet erosion, from the topmost part of the soil, the whole layer it will remove, that is called the sheet erosion. Like a bed sheet, it will whole things it will remove. So that thing it will be found where the plain lands are there, where water logging it will be there. After rain, water logging it will be there, so water it will remain, and by the time from the topmost layer, the soluble materials it will mix with the water, and along with the water, those things it will remove, and it will the whole sheet of raw the soil it will remove from the topmost part. That is called sheet erosion. Next one is called the reel erosion. Reel erosion it will be found in such area where the landforms it will be little inclined. So the water it will pass through a narrow channel, finger like narrow channel, so that time it will be called reel. And when the reel it will join, many more reels it will join together, and it will, all the water it will pass through a big narrow channel, so that time it will be called gully erosion. So reel it will form gullies when the slope it will incline more. Next, soil conservation. There are different methods of soil conservation are there. So what you can do: afforestation, check the overgrazing, constructing dams and barriers, check on shifting cultivation, we should stop it. Land use planning, we need to plan the land use pattern properly, which crops it will be the native crops in the particular soil, we should cultivate those crops in the particular soil. Next one, changing agricultural practice, adding, like we can do the contour plugging, trace and contour building. Crop rotation we should do, strip cropping we should do, cover cropping, and the following, that those are the steps we can take. There you can see the landforms formed due to the soil erosion. That's it from the chapter, and for more videos regarding other chapters, you need to subscribe KSK Geography, and don't forget to type down your doubts, and I'll take those doubt related questions on different videos. So for that you need to keep tuning KSK Geography. Thank you.